Hello thinkers, welcome back to Think.Love.Manifest. We're here today to talk about procrastination. So, are you among the millions, and me included, who always put things off? Who start things but never finish? Who always say, I'll do it tomorrow? If that's you, you are not alone. There are millions of people in this world that procrastinate. And today we're going to talk about a couple of ways to crush your procrastination habits. So I'll tell you a little story. I downloaded a book on my Kindle called Procrastination 101. This book is fantastic. It's all about how to recognize procrastination and many tips and tricks on how to break out of the habit of procrastinating. But guess what? I never finished reading the book. I procrastinated on finishing the actual book. I promise I'm going to get back to it as soon as I have more time, which is a common procrastination excuse. So how do we get rid of those excuses, and how do we keep moving forward when we know that we are procrastinating and doing things at the very, very last minute? Again, in my time as a student in college, I have procrastinated many assignments to the last day, the last hour that it was due. And although I ended up with a pretty good grade for all of those assignments, it's just not the ideal way to do things. And you want to make sure that you are planning when you have big projects and big items to tackle, because procrastination can get you into a lot of trouble. And so speaking of planning, that's the very first way, is to plan in order to combat procrastination. There is an old saying, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that is so true. So one way to crush procrastination is by planning. And you want to make sure that you have an outline for what it is that you need to do, and that you're following it step by step. So for example, if you have a big project at work or at school or even at home, sit down and take a few minutes to plan out how you plan to tackle that assignment, that task, that project. It could be even as simple as just cleaning the whole house. A lot of times you get into cleaning the whole house and you start in one place and then you end up somewhere else, and you jump from here, you jump from there, and before you know it, you just give up because it's like, I'm not getting anything done. Well, make a plan. Wake up and say, okay, first I'm going to tackle the kitchen, and stay in the kitchen for a set amount of time. If you want to set a time limit, stay there until you have it done, and then say, next, I'll move into the bedroom. Next, I'll move into the bathroom. And once you begin to tackle that plan one by one, you'll begin to see your results, and that'll make you feel more confident about yourself, and you'll keep going. The same thing as if you have any other project. Sit down, create an outline, create a plan, and then begin to tackle that plan one by one. Set a healthy time limit or a time frame so that you're not just spending unusual amounts of time on one assignment. So you want to make sure that your goal is attainable, or your deadline is attainable. So if you have to write a paper for school and you have to do the research portion of it first, give yourself, let's say, 3 hours to conduct the research. And in those 3 hours, you may take a few breaks here and there, but commit to those 3 hours to do the research. And that way, when you're done, you'll see that you have a good amount of research done, and that you feel better about your assignment, and you can move on to the next step. Is when we don't have a plan, is when we feel unorganized and discouraged and frustrated. So combating procrastination is definitely about having a plan. The second tip that I'm going to give you is about, it's also planning, but it's more scheduling, time blocking. Here I have two of my planners. Let's put them here. There we go. So I have the Ultimate Planner here. Now this video is not sponsored by Ultimate Planner, the Ultimate Mindset Planner. I wish it was. This thing is fantastic. And inside it has a place for you to make a mind map, which is also good to write down different things, goals and ideas. And then this is for January, so it's not filled in yet, but it goes week by week. And it actually has the weeks outlined by the hour. It has some areas to create a gratitude list, of I feel great when, which you can use for definitely procrastination. Say you feel great when you get this done. And then it has like a calendar area where you can fill it in. Now this one's undated. I'm using it for 2017. This one's undated. It's fantastic though. I love it. It has a pocket on the end where you can keep things in there. Has a little strap where you can keep it closed like this. So I love this thing. This is my second one. I have another one there, a different kind, but I have another one there. But I love that. But time blocking is very important throughout the day to help you accomplish the things you need to do. It's just like planning. You're going to sit down the night before, think about what it is you need to do the next day. Time block it in. Have a schedule. That is what works for me, is having a schedule. This way you do not become overwhelmed with all of the things that you have to do. You just simply wake up, you look at your list, and you tackle them one by one according to that time. That's a sure way to combat procrastination. The third thing that I'm going to give you is very simple. Stay in action. Now I heard my girl Lisa Nichols tell us over and over at the Speak and Write conference to stay in action. And if there's one thing that I took away from that conference, is that one thing, staying in action. I know myself, and I know I have the propensity to procrastinate from time to time. However, staying in action helps me combat procrastination because I keep moving forward. So even if I do something wrong, or if I fail at one thing, it's not a big deal because I'm going to keep moving forward. You want to keep going. You want to keep moving. So if you have an idea and you have it planned out and you get started on it and something goes wrong, don't stop. Keep going. Go on to the next step. If you finish the step before, go on to the next step and just keep going. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your failures, because that's how successful people become successful. They don't look at failure as the end all be all. They look at failure as little micro lessons that they take, build upon, and keep moving forward. You need those in order to keep moving forward. And I'm preaching to the choir here. So I have a few notes here. So putting off things in fear of success is one of the major reasons why a lot of people procrastinate. They have a fear, or we have a fear, of being successful. And that fear is actually healthy. That fear is what actually drives successful people, because they just simply do it afraid. So when you feel like you're beginning to procrastinate and things are just seemingly not going the way as it should, just take a step back, think about what it is that you need to do, and then take the next action. Don't allow the fear to cripple you out of becoming the success that you want to be. Trust me, it is working. It works. So begin to just plan, breathe, relax, and keep moving in action. Well, those are my quick tips for you today. I want you to remember to like this video, share it with as many people as you know. Comment below if you have any questions or concerns or any ideas for videos. And more importantly, hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. You can also click the little bell in the corner, and that'll let you know when I have a new video uploaded for you, and you can head on over to watch it. Again, this is Ayana, Think, Love, Manifest. I want you to be thinking, loving, and manifesting your abundance in this life. See you until next time. Bye.